The last thing that you want to find yourself doing is bringing all of the old elements of that space you just came from and bringing that into the new. Because what's going to happen is you're going to contaminate that brand new atmosphere with the elements of energies from that old vibrational environment you just came from. And it doesn't make any sense. And don't forget, each time you enter into a new vibrational field of energy, the elements of energy in there are characters, like people in a movie. They're playing a role. They wear costumes. They hit their mark. They have to read the script. And it'll just keep rerunning again and again because once that movie is done, that's it. It'll just keep looping. So it doesn't make sense for you to bring the old into the new. The whole premise of your journey is to learn from the old, but not bring it with you. Meaning, learn from the pain, don't live it, and don't tether your feelings and emotions to it and give it life and carry it around like a cadaver. It doesn't make sense. So learn from what was to allow you to become a much better version of your former self, and that will enable you to have the practical experience accumulated that you derive your knowledge and your instructions from, that will allow you to fully understand what you have now here before you. So then you're using that past experience as a teacher, as like a resource, like a library that you refer to, but you don't keep going back there. There's no need to, because once you learn those lessons and you apply them to your life and you implement them in your journey, you don't have to relearn them again because they won't be retaught. So now we move on to the next step, a new environment, new experiences, new atmosphere, new characters. You learn from that and then you go again, and it just never ends. But you don't want to bring that old stuff into the new, because what's going to happen is you're going to contaminate your atmosphere with the elements of that old energy. You're going to inhibit that vibrational environment with the elements of the old energy. And you will serve to nullify all of the vibrational fields of unlimited transformative potential in that new atmosphere and environment with the old. Doesn't make sense, because in that sense, you might as well have just stayed behind and stayed there. And that's why people refuse to leave their comfort zone. Consider your comfort zone a vibrational environment that's always going to offer you the same experiences, the same reality, the same energy, the same language. Because in that vibrational environment, you're going to find an atmosphere, a field of energy. You're going to find a language, characters, elements of energies, experiences. It's like its own separate world. And you have your own perceptive lens on things, your own understanding, how you relate to it, how you interpret it. It's all in there. And it only relates to that space. Once you move from that space to a higher dimensional plane, then nothing there has any bearing or relevance in the new dimensional plane. Just like when you went to the first grade and you graduated, and then you go to the second and you graduate, and on and on and on. Each is integral in those steps that you're taking. But when you are graduating college, you don't refer to first grade as the reason why you're graduating and getting your diploma, because you have moved from that space. It needed what it needed to do at that time, and it served its purpose very well. But now you move on to more advanced projects and more advanced forms of learning, what they refer to as higher intelligence. Everything serves a purpose. Like I've said in a previous video, your past is the foundation upon which your present is built upon, and your present is the foundation upon which all of your tomorrows shall be built upon. One cannot do without the other. You cannot secede from your past no more than you can run away from yourself, no more than you can disconnect from source. It just can't be done. So you have to realize that there's a process to this. You begin, first you're born, and then you crawl, and then you walk, and then you run, and then you fly. It's just that simple.